mother's toes. So many years.
It's an impostor! An impostore! Charlatan! A sham! A counterfeit! A faker! A phony! An utter fraud! A base deceit!
The theory of displacement. Is this familiar? No.
Is it unpleasant?
Guilt. Yes? You displace.
I do. But I didn't hate my mother. It was an accident. Displacement. How bizarre. And here I thought Fester was the problem. He's sullen.
He's furtive.
Backstabbing.
He sulks.
I suspect him.
You're unbalanced.
And I hate him. By God, you're right!
Any new viewers, the black dot in the middle of the light source in the sky is a piece of equipment that creates a large circular glare. This equipment isn't quite as visible from the lower latitudes that are more than a couple thousand miles from the North Pole, for reasons that are outside the scope of this video. But up north, this light-emitting equipment is more visible depending upon the angle of the camera to the angle of the manufactured light. As you can easily see in this footage from the southwest-facing FAA camera located in Bradley Lake, Alaska, the light-emitting equipment casts an obvious reflection upon the water's surfaces, proving that it's an actual piece of equipment and not a lighting issue produced within the camera. Whenever the cloud cover is just thick enough to block out the large circular glare, then all we see is the tiny light-producing equipment, such as shown in these older images from Minto, Alaska, where the clouds are blocking out the large circular glare, but the clouds are not quite thick enough to block out the entire piece of equipment. Images such as these are no longer available because they are removed from these cameras before the public has access to them. This reflection is obviously not the real sun, but instead coming from the manufactured light. The reflection in the water shows a very interesting shape coming from the light, which we all know cannot be produced by our real natural sun. This manufactured light is actually relatively close to the Earth, but from our perspective here on the ground, it tracks in perfect synchronization with the real sun, so that it always appears to be in front of the sun, which makes it nearly impossible to be seen by cameras or the naked eye. Images such as these are no longer available because they are removed from these cameras before the public can see them. Nowadays, these images are carefully scoured by the powers that be before they're released to the public. I only get what they miss. This footage from the Thorn Bay, Alaska camera demonstrates the manufactured light's inability to maintain a consistent diameter. We see the same thing from the camera at Cheakamus Canyon in British Columbia in Canada. As the sun rises up over a mountain range, this image of the manufactured object isn't nearly as clear as the one we just saw a minute ago, but you can still see that it is in fact the same object. In the Bible's book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 25, Jesus tells us that we will see signs in the sky when the end is near.
Could
old man?
Mother, I've been working with him. It's going to be fun.
Darling, forgive me. You see what they've driven me to? Can you hear it, my treasure?
Leave it open like this.
There you are at last. What a fool I was to doubt you. Dr. Pindishlos explained everything. Displacement. It's a common psychosis. Isn't that grand?
Is it?
You belong here, old man. Stay.
You don't know what you're asking. I'm in the way.
In the way? My brother?
Gomez, take care! For you, life is all fun and games. A dance in a graveyard, stench, decay. But things change.
Precisely. You're back. All those years apart.
Uncle Fester, how do you know so much?
I've been around there. I picked things up.
In the Bermuda Triangle.
Walls could speak, hey, old man? What would they say?
A concave lens is a type of lens that diverges light rays. Okay, that's not a concave lens, which is like an hourglass. This is the light source. It comes through the lens. It separates light. This is separation. This is called division. This is what they are doing. This is what you would call the fallen angels or angels of light. Diverging lens. They want to separate the light or eternal souls, right?
Is it unpleasant?
Now what we have is a converging lens, an optical lens that converges all rays of light passing through it. That is our dome. It's a lens, it's a brain, it's a lens, it's like your eye. So, what happened?
Off to drive you off, not to the Bermuda Triangle. Water under the bridge.
There's only one part at the very top of our dome, right here, where light comes through from the plasma outside of our dome, outside of the waters. The plasma cannot even pass through the waters because plasma is water. It's the fourth state of water. Everything here, we are in water. You're in water right now. You're breathing water right now. You're just breathing gas. The second state of water. All right, liquid, gas, ice, which is solid, and then plasma, which is coming as fire during the changeover event that I'm breaking all this down for you. Now, this is the top of our dome, so imagine this turn. The light, not the plasma, comes through. There's two firmaments. One is ice, one is water. Here's the entrance. It comes through. Right now, because we're getting so close to the event, do you see these different intersection points? This is why people are seeing 1, 2, 3 suns in the sky, because the way it's happening right now is, and it's gonna take a lot of teaching for me to get this to you. This is like chemistry or something. This is masterclass stuff about our realm. This is why people are seeing 2 suns and things, because it's 2 different points where the light is converging. We have an ideal image where the sun, these are shortening, but because of that, you're that are all reflections. And I'll get to the heat part about that. Well, if there's an ice dome, why is the heat not melting? I will get to that. I'm gonna explain all of it. This is the 100% truth. No one else anywhere is gonna give this to you. Nobody. No one's even that close. People only have little sprinkles of it. Okay. Now, proof of this is this event in 2009, December 9th, 2009. This was in Norway, the spiral event. This is what the real light looks like when it comes through. That's why they called it the Apep. That's why the serpent was venerated. They're not talking about no snake, no serpent. This is what it really looks like. This is it. This is the spiral of life. This is how all life comes into existence, through this spiral. This is what it looks like out at the top of the dome. This was in Norway. Norway is also where all the northern lights come from. This is Norway right here. This is the sun.
Another day in paradise, can't find no better words. And what I see in front of me is so beautiful it hurts. I hold my breath forever, I'll do anything at all. Put time in our battle to hold in without a wall. I look in your eyes and nature's arise. Akuma tele, kuma tele, kuma. No need to eat, no need to sleep. I'm running on, who knows? I lost my head, my heart, and all. That's how my story goes. You